Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to Full Throttle Remastered. Generally speaking, I don't think I'm going to be out in this menu when we start. I think we'll just stay in the game. It doesn't seem like there's an in-game timer or anything that would be affected by that. Although there is an optional achievement for like the very final puzzle to do that quickly. Which in a point-and-click adventure game is not a good move. So I need to knock on this door to talk to Todd, who's down here, we assume welding. I was knocking on this pipe instead, or kicking on the pipe. Apparently he has some kind of elevator or escalator.
I'm trying to do my art in here, buddy. I don't got time to waste on bums like
Notice how the audio subtitles are differently aligned in the remaster version.
Open up.
I think I have to harass him a couple times.
Open up. I'm a friend of Moe's. I need... Listen, I didn't take no welding torch. You hear me? I'm no crook. Get off my back already. What do you want? I gotta go. This is important. Not to me, you freaky looking hood. Now beat it.
So the optional
Let me in.
thing is to try to keep on just
I'm about to roll this tin can.
try and exhaust everything.
I'm calling the cops. Good. I've been meaning to report a stolen welding torch. You stick around long enough and maybe they'll pick you up. Candygram. That's it. If you don't take off, you'll what? I'll glaze your ugly.
So when I'm pressing A, I'm skipping ahead.
My hairdryer. I'll get out my hairdryer and burn you, so beat it. Hey, dirtbag. Building inspector. No dice. Get a life. Got some flowers here.
So there's a lot of things here.
What do I have to do to get rid of you? I'm trying to do my art in here, buddy. What do you want?
So have we done everything so far?
Can I use your phone? Beat it.
Not yet.
I got a guy coming over. I'm here to look at the art. Nice try. I don't got time. You've won something. Let me in. Give it up.
So
I'm trying to do my art in here, buddy.
So a lot of repetition here.
My door, you bonehead. Quick. The whole trailer's on fire. Hit the road. Get away from
There's a lot of different chains. A lot of different lines of dialogues.
oily leather-wearing carcass off my property.
But it's very awkward here because he's talking over me.
Enough of
He's I'm losing control and then getting control back.
leather jackets.
There's a Indiana Jones reference.
Oily leather-wearing carcass off my property. What do I have to do to get rid of you?
Now,
I'm trying to do my art in here, buddy.
it seems like it's just moving too fast.
I ain't home. I take it all back. Now let me in. Scram. What do I have to do to get rid of you?
The solution here is to kick the door.
Don't make me come in there. Give it up.
But I'm trying to get to the point.
I'm getting angry. Give it up.
Get repetitive.
I'm trying to do my art in here.
And the music playing in the background now is in a problematic.
I want to show you something.
You should turn off the music for this conversation.
I'm here to look at the art. Enough already. Get a life. Hi, I'm from Mobile Manor magazine.
So I think we've hit everything now.
I'm here to look at the art. Hit the road.
And so it's just going to be...
Selling these fine leather jackets.
I think we've done enough. If we haven't, I've got a save point, so let's solve this puzzle.
Hey, I'm trying to do my art in here, buddy. Hey, dirtbag, I ain't home.
So, part of the problem of making a point-and-click adventure game... Wow, he just looks almost exactly the same. Except for they made him slightly taller and slightly fatter. Which I guess they made this guy slightly taller too. Wow, they must have slightly changed the scale. Like, when you have someone who is just a brute, effectively, as your main character, everything is going to be violence solved.
Has a strong carnival coin toss flavor to it.
Which, like, then you get away from the point of a point-and-click adventure into more of just an action game. It would be really easy to simply remake this game as an action-adventure game instead of a point-and-click adventure. Of course, then all the puzzles that they spent time making would be kind of pointless. So I got a lockpick.
I pictured him having a much larger fridge.
Let's see what's in the refrigerator.
It's either dog food or this guy's dinner.
And I can't see what, if anything, is in there. And the last thing we have is this elevator that we can stand on. And so he's doing art. And this radio, I'd like to turn this radio off. Interesting. Let's look at every piece of art.
That would make a good mailbox post in hell. I don't collect art, and I also don't collect whatever that is. I'm not putting my lips on that. I'd rather just get out of here.
This time this version of the song is going longer.
Can't get up there. Can't get up there.
Let's look at this art piece.
I hope he's not trying to bring these to life or anything like that.
Just try to kick all these art pieces. We have the torch, the welding torch.
Hustle this back to Mo.
Let's look at the tin dog.
I had a dog with a funnel on its head when I was a kid. I don't collect art, and I also don't collect whatever that is. Kick the little tin doggy, maybe later. Kick the little tin doggy, maybe later.
So there's definitely a point here where the character could easily be written unlikably.
I could try, but it wouldn't die. I don't collect art, and I also don't collect whatever that is.
And this whole section, again, is added content for the widescreen version. So there's nothing to do there.
That is least offensive of show. I don't collect art, and I also don't collect whatever.
Very repetitive responses.
Not that limber.
And you can't do anything with this. And remember, in the main game, you wouldn't have had much of an indication that you could click on anything other than this red box, which I don't recall the red box actually being the system this game had. Typically in point-and-click adventures, when you hover over something, it would bring up a line of dialogue to tell you what that object is, particularly helpful in games with low pixel counts, because I wouldn't be 100% certain that this is a radio or that this is a tin dog. Let's get out of here though. I am tired of hearing this song.
That's my welding torch. How'd you get it?
Oh, it was just lying around.
A pair of forks, little gas, and we're set.
So that was that. Suppose we could come back in here and see if the welding torch is here.
I'll wait till she's done. I'm not putting my lips on that.
I would have written him to actually kiss his bike. But I guess...
I'll wait till she's done.
Guess he's not that sentimental. There's still really nothing here to do. We could talk to her.
Mo.
And see if she's got something new to say.
Yeah, Ben?
Found out his name is Ben Throttle.
Aren't you paying attention? We need new forks and a little gas.
Let's see. And it looks like you could get a hint here. Since I kind of already know the solutions,
I'm having a little
let's
trouble
go ahead and do
finding
this.
stuff.
What's the problem?
These are probably the same
Where am I
responses.
gonna find new forks?
Did you try the junkyard?
Where's the gas?
Well, there's a whole tower full of it at the edge of town. I have this crazy, irrational intuition that tells me maybe it's worth checking out.
Actually, I think I can handle it.
Good.
So not really helpful tutorial
Let me know if you
or
need
hints there. This is certainly the era of LucasArts games where you would call the tip line and then be charged some amount of money per minute for tips and help. Which is funny because from what I hear, it was actually just the secretary at LucasArts that was walking people through their games. At least in some instances for a while. But then again, this game is not anywhere as obtuse or crazy as like Monkey Island was. Maniac Mansion is by far the craziest of the games because it makes very, very little sense what the actions are or why you would do something. We got this lockpick, which means I can now use this lockpick on this lock. Now, the mistake, however, would be to leave the lock, because we might need it later, and that is the basic rule of point-and-click adventures, is to collect everything. And there's just two things. A thing over here that's not actually an object, and yet it's highlighted like an object. So, that's surprising. And the ladder. And there's only one way to go. So let's just climb the ladder. So apparently I needed to hide back here. And while it is an object you can click on, it's not an object that brings up the menu. And here comes some flying security guards. Like police. Boy, the graphics were groundbreaking in the old day. So it's important to point out that LucasArts was, you know, Industrial Light and Magic, maker of the Star Wars movies. So these games and the CG benefited from having a lot of skill and some new ideas. Alright, so now we have this. So let's look at this hover sled. Maybe we can steal some gas out of here. Yes, we can. So we'll just steal gas out of them. And use this with this. A collapsible gas tank, which is weird. And a rubber hose on the gas tank in there. And then we need to siphon, so suck out the gas.
Hey, who's that down there?
which inhaling or drinking gasoline is incredibly unsafe.
You go around the other side and we'll have him cornered.
Where'd he go? Let's call it quits, huh, boss? No, let's call on reinforcements.
So he's hiding behind a rock over there on the top right.
Oh, good. You get this from the gas tower?
Not exactly.
Just a pair of new forks and we're on the road.
So it'll be interesting to see if we just save right now. How far have we gone? Yeah, in a really short amount of time, we jumped 10%. Just because I know the solution, this isn't really one of those point-click adventure games where there's too much to do wrong. At least in this section. It feels kind of tutorial-ish, but it really isn't. So, of the 3 places, the last place we haven't been is this big Coliseum-like junkyard. And here we can hear a dog. And this is Todd's junkyard. Interesting, the original game didn't even have room to put junkyard on the screen. You can tell there's a main focus on this because this is way over here. And to be fair, this puzzle did confuse me for a long time.
It comes out a hole in the bottom and goes over that pulley to the other side of the wall.
So you've got this chain that you can lift to open the entrance. And then we can go, let's walk to the rolling door. Or just look at the rolling door. As soon as you let go of the chain, it falls down.
Open up, Todd.
Now Todd's the fat guy we already kicked. So that is the only 2 things in this scene. And remember, in the original game, you didn't really know that. There was always this option that maybe there was a pixel somewhere. Like, maybe there was a way to sneak into this gutter, which shouldn't have been placed there because it's distraction. Maybe there's some other way to do this. And we've hit an interesting point because this is kind of the beginning of the part that I still remember, and after this point I don't think too much is gonna just flash back on me. So I'm gonna solve this puzzle right now. Like, we can try everything again.
Open up, Todd.
Like, almost every choice just says open up, Todd.
Open up, Todd.
But there's kind of no point in wasting it. You needed this lock, which you could have left and forgotten, and you need to lock the gate, which makes no sense. Why would you lock the gate at all? Well, it only makes sense when you come over here and you try to pull the chain after the gate is locked.
It comes out a hole in the bottom and goes over that pulley to the other side of the wall. No.
So
I'm not putting my lips on that.
we've tried everything. So now that the gate's locked, the chain doesn't roll. So you just climb up the wall that way.
Junk.
And this is kind of the big finale of the puzzles. You literally could not have played this puzzle in any different way. It may not be so obvious, but you had to get into Todd's apartment to get the lockpick, remember. And while you were in Todd's apartment, you could, I suppose it's possible you could have missed the welding torch and not picked it up. But because you got the lockpick, you then got the lock at the gas tank. I suppose again it is possible that you wouldn't have continued and gotten the gas at the gas tower, but that is unlikely to have happened. And so I'd say for 99.9% of all players, you would have done this section last. And it's definitely designed to be the last section. You can see there's all these kind of towers of cars being crushed. I suppose a lot of people have died and been
Cars. No, thank you.
and so the cars are just getting crushed and recycled in giant junkyards. Like, that's way too tall to stack a car. I imagine you would only stack maybe 1 or 2 cars before you run the risk of it falling over.
Ooh, fire damage. Forget about it.
Let's see. And there's only a couple things, but I believe there might be like just more in one direction. Or maybe not. At a certain point,
Cars. No, thank you.
you would,
Cars. No, thank you.
I would imagine, just turn all of this in scrap metal and shred them. Let's look at these parts piles. I assume that's where we're going next. Looking for a pair of forks.
Just the kind of forks I need. Right on top.
Alright.
I'm not putting my lips on that.
We'll try everything that's wrong before we try everything that's right. And it's a vicious dog chasing you.
Down. Bad dog.
So we have Rex, which we can go and try and kick. We've got to figure out a way to distract this guy.
Cars. No, thank you. That's one ill-tempered mongrel.
See, the weird thing here is I don't recall the solution. Or to be more accurate, I don't see the solution. Because I thought there was another scene.
Cars. No, thank you.
Like, and he can't just grab the parts and run.
Down. Who needs dogs?
And inventory wise, all I have is the lockpick, so let's try the lockpick on the lock. Try that again. And see if we can maybe open the door and convince the dog to run and chase me outside of the junkyard. Otherwise, we may need to go back to Todd's.
Open up, Todd. Open up, Todd. Open up, Todd.
Interesting. It's kind of funny how, like, just like that, I forgot the rest of the solution. And I think part of that is because maybe I never really... maybe at least once I played this game and didn't get much further than this. Alright, so now we have some meat. And I guess I could have gotten this meat before. That's a pretty simplistic way to mess up a point-and-click adventure game. Simply not pick something up. So this with this. Again. And let's just make sure you don't put...
won't help there.
Yeah, so we don't use the lockpick in the meat for some reason to poison or kill the dog. I don't think Ben Throttle here is the typical, is that mean of a character. Like, you have to write him in certain ways so that he decides to not do something bad that he implies he might do.
Dog jumps in car, eats meat, jumps out, kills me.
So we've got the meat, but he doesn't want to use it.
Dog jumps in car, eats meat, jumps out, kills me.
Maybe Marlene has...
That's not one of meat's many uses.
Maybe I could find a sleeping pill or something back at Marlene's. She said she had aspirin. And if she is the village doctor, or the closest thing to this village of 2 people that live here, it seems. Let's go back and see if maybe she's got something. Something I can put in the meat. There's nothing here to pick up.
Mo.
Yeah, Ben?
Let's see.
I'm having a little trouble finding stuff.
What's the problem?
Where am I going to find new forks?
Did you try the junkyard?
Actually, I think I can handle it.
Good.
Well, I'll let you get back to work.
Let me know if you need anything.
So let's just give her the meat.
That's not one of meat's many uses.
There's probably a joke in there that you could have written to giving the meat to a lady. I'm really hating the PlayStation prompts. It seems like a very awkward solution, inappropriate solution to this to playing on PC with a controller. The standard by far has always been to use the Xbox prompts unless you actually are detecting a PlayStation controller.
No.
So the signs. There's nothing up here.
Don't think so.
And you can't set off the ladder again.
I'm not putting my lips on that.
So I've already solved that part. Interesting. In a weird way, I may have to just like, I may have to look up a walkthrough.
That's not one of meat's many uses.
Yeah, I just don't know what to do.
That's not one of meat's many uses.
Ooh, there's some sandbags here.
They'd just fall apart. I'm not putting my lips on that. Probably all that's holding this dump up.
There's nothing in the refrigerator.
Nothing else in there but stains.
We could take Todd's
Wouldn't look
signs.
good on my bike. No.
And unless you can pick up things
I
now.
don't collect art, and I also don't collect whatever that is.
There's nothing here. Wow. Yeah, I think I've hit that point why I don't ever remember this game past this point. Is it's this incredibly awkward difficulty spike that it goes through. How do you even leave this area? This way? The game was like 100% a breeze up until this point, and now it's not.
I don't walk.
And I can't. There really isn't another place. It's not like I'm missing something amazingly obvious. It is something just being overlooked.
That's not one of meat's many uses.
Unless I'm maybe just being a little too difficult here. Maybe I'm supposed to just kind of throw the meat.
Dog jumps in car, eats meat, jumps out, kills me.
And see, unless there was a way to open like the trunk of a car, that would make sense. But the dog's just chasing me.
Down.
And knows that he is like spitting nuts and bolts at you. So the dog apparently is eating metal. I have no clue. I'm gonna have to use a walkthrough, and this is probably the first time I've had to use a walkthrough in a point-and-click adventure game in several years. Maybe, maybe not. Maybe there was one instance out there somebody can find where I did use a walkthrough. According to the game, we are now 20% of the way done. 1/5 of the game is completed. So we plan on seeing some major jumps. That's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. Here's that dog, by the way. If you want to friend or follow me on any social media sites, there's a bunch of links down below in the description box. And if you want to support me, gift me a game on Steam. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.